All right, this is going to be an introduction to what I'm currently calling an internal compass. And this internal compass emerged from my own ping practice, and I can go into the origin of that maybe at another point. And crucially, the purpose of this tool is meant to help or support you in navigating a transition or some kind of uncertainty. And specifically with that work of both identifying and taking the very concrete steps that feel like they are in alignment with the direction that you're wanting to move in. And I think one of the features of this tool is it doesn't ask or need you to have clear language for what exactly that place is. It very much acknowledges that the name of this place has not yet emerged, and how do we continue to proceed while that's true. So what I'd like to do is I think I want to describe the different parts of the tool, and then how they all kind of come together through the kind of physics that I imagine this kind of tool existing within. So here it is. We're looking at it right here. Let's actually start with try. These are, just imagine this as a place for the very concrete, tangible steps that keep organically emerging in your mind of things that you just feel pulled to do. And things that you have not made time to pursue, or when you do make time to pursue them, you find reason not to go all the way or not to follow through. So that's what lives here. Beyond try is imagine that you're kind of lifting your gaze up, you're looking out, all of these little concrete steps you could take kind of recede from your focus. And when you look out, you see this horizon. It's not a fixed point. It's something that more so is a feeling. And in this place are these simple truths that kind of describe this place that you feel moved towards going in. They could be true of the place, they could be true of you. They're not meant to describe it holistically, they're just meant to describe rough facets of it as you try and get to know it a little bit more. Now, that's us kind of, quote, looking outwards. If we were to look, quote, backwards, this is where we would place, similarly concrete patterns or reflexes that have become all too familiar. And crucially, these are habits and reflexes that time has demonstrated to us pull us, further away from ultimately where we feel moved to go. So these two places are in conversation with each other, and same with to and from. And so from similarly is a place to hold the direction that kind of inertia and gravity is pulling us toward, so to speak. And then at the kind of intersection of these, or at the midpoint of this spectrum, let's call it, is us in the present moment. And we always exist here to an extent. And I want you to imagine this point and this kind of cone of orientation, kind of like that Find My Friends icon, where as you pivot in a direction, your focus kind of shifts. And so, in theory, this cone of focus could be pointed and, 360 degrees. So I think that speaks to, try, repeat, and from. Now I want to talk about these 4 triangles, and let me see if I can get this across. So if you imagine your orientation as being bounded by these, let's call it 2 arms, these 2 arms remaining pointed towards where you feel aligned and moving is not a default position. In fact, these arms kind of are being pulled down by gravity. They're pulling you back towards this familiar place. And that's why you see these arrows here, like they're trying to pull them down. And so within these two triangles, this is where stories, voices, assumptions, beliefs that are grounded in things like fear exist. They are the things that you may implicitly or explicitly believe that keep you repeating these familiar patterns that pull you further away from where you're wanting to move towards. And so to kind of counteract that or to overcome that force, we have these two triangles. And this is where hope, courage, joy, and propulsive energy lives. This is the stories, the people, the memories, the intentions, the quotes that really fill you with those feelings that can support and hold up our focus and movement in this unfamiliar direction, which all of the steps within this kind of cone represent. That's the tool. I have been using this for about a month now, and it's been really useful to both populate this over time and also in doing so just have this kind of representation in my mind. And I'd be curious to see how and if this translates for you. Thanks for making space for this, and if you got to this point, just really eager to see what, if anything, this kind of shifts within you. Thanks.